Alright, so we got some more 50 and out coming in. Trying to find some more tables. Oh, one just opened up. And it's full. This is why ignition loading times are just so annoying. Maybe we can start a table? Yep. Someone else is seating. Alright, 4 tables. Dang. Tiny stack over here. Oh, we didn't get that one. It's unfortunate. Thought I clicked it. This could be bad. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be bad. Uh-oh. 4, 5, 6, 7. King. What a start. Started off right. Maybe I should just let him barrel. When he min raises and we get that flop, you know, obviously we're committed against a guy with 30 big blinds. I could fold pre. I put $1 in, and he made it 2. So it worked out for him. I don't think any move was a huge mistake. Like, I think he will call with his ace highs after putting that much in. But he had queens. First hand he sat down. We'll try and start one over here. Not gonna play 5-6 again. Wait, yeah I am. Let me back in. Too small of a stack to steal. He could reship like everything. Maybe you could just open ship close to any 2, but probably not. Beautiful hand from the button, but not going to be able to play it. Hey. Nice. Table filling up. So you can get action if you're willing to start the table. I mean, that took 1 minute. Pair heads up, 2 barrels takes it down. Flop a little flush. Oh wait, we're not in the hand. Hey. Yeah, we would have gotten decent action too. and limp under the gun. Alright, pocket kings. Let's go. Decent turn. Terrible. Do I win? I win. This is interesting, so I probably should c-bet. Good news is he has the chop. He can't be free rolling me because I've got the king of diamonds. Ooh. Almost folded queen's pre. Queen's ace, queen, ace, jack. No case ace. Oh yeah, or not case ace, but no ace. We'll float here. We'll take that one down. And now we can safely fold. After reloading. Min raise, alright. I'll be your sucker. Now I gotta figure out what he's three barreling on this board. That's pretty value-y. Probably should have just folded turn. And we're getting it all in on the turn here. Call. Call. Not a great flop. Can I spike a 7 ball? I've got 2 outs, but I probably get all the money. Seven. Hate min raises, they kill me. You can just fold there too, I think, and not feel too bad about it. So probably about break even. Didn't bet the queen. Okay. Thinking back now to that pocket kings hand, where I turned the nuts and I led for a little under half pot. I'm pretty sure, I almost raised that one pre. I'm pretty sure he knows I'm never, like I always have the king. But if I check, he might bluff. I have the nuts. I'm only scared of a diamond. I'm holding the king of diamonds. Like, I should probably check there. I've been blowing people off of hands when I have like the nuts lately, trying to get value. But I think I might need to actually slow play some of these. This one we'll go to the flop with. Beautiful. Not. 8, queen of clubs. Guy has the 9. That'd be sweet. Walk it out. Do I want to 3-bet get it in? Oh gosh, it's so tempting. If I was like in the big blind, I'd probably just ship it in on him. I mean, I could 3-bet to like 450, fold to a 4-bet from one of the big stacks, obviously call him. Trips. Raise. What's going on here? Well, over limp. This hand has more value when it makes like nut flushes than top pairs, and against one player out of position, I'll give it up. This guy's aggressive, so I probably shouldn't be limping with him behind me, unless I want to go for a limp re-raise or something. He's now played 10 hands, and I'm pretty sure raised and went to the flop with 7 of them. So tiny sample size, but you gotta believe he's pretty aggro. Alright, let's see how kings does this time. Seen a lot of aces with the kings out there lately. Come on, somebody isolate. There we go. Shove. Darn it. How will kings do today? Probably gonna check that back. All right, we take it down pre-flop. Good for the red line. 28-0, aggressive post-flop, aggressive post-flop. 28% of hands, 69% of hands? Oh my gosh. I knew that would happen. No. I almost called just to hit a overcard. Problem is it can be a heart, which is no good. It's no good because they have the flush and we feel like we have to pay them something because it'll be the best hand often-ish enough. The bad thing is the other bad thing is king of hearts rolls off. It's hard for us to extract serious value unless they do have a flush. So he's given up. Let's see what 69.6 thinks about it. He thinks less than $1. So king queen probably good here. What was this guy calling with and then leading for 1/4 of the pot? Yeah, that's 2 pair. Can't win them all. Ooh. Yeah, he was drawn dead. Sorry, bud. Ace is no good. How'd that hand play out? I want to see if this guy called a 3-bet with queen 9 suited. No, that's the king's hand. Show me the next one. There. Okay. No, I want to see the flop. Pre-flop. He checks. Okay, he checked his aces. That might be part of the problem. And then went broke in a limped pot with 1 pair. I mean, given that stack size, it's actually not that crazy. But it's kind of what happens when you don't raise. 35-5, not very aggressive post-flop. Don't have any c-bet stats on him yet. Take it down. I'm missing hands here, come on. Get some Counter-Strike editing in. Open-ended straight draw. I know, I'm timing out. He can't call. He can't call. But if he calls 10% of the time, it's worth $430. If he calls 20% of the time, it's worth $8, which is more than the pot. So we ship, hoping he has like aces up and can't let it go. Call. Yes. Ship the cheese. That's why sometimes you just open ship those hands. Now that sounds crazy, but when you do the EV calculation on it, it's a tiny pot. Let's say I bet $3, and I think he'll call that 60% of the time. Well, that's worth 60% times 3. Yeah, 60% times 3, so 0.6 times 3. If you jam 42, and he only calls 10% of the time, it's still worth 420. So every once in a while when you have the absolute nuts on a board where they could have a really strong hand, you can jam. And actually have it be plus EV. Like, he wasn't able to lay down King 7. Obviously, King 7's never good there. Like, literally ever. I would have to have... I mean, there's literally no hand. Queen 10's the only draw. And it got there. I would never jam 7-4. I'd never jam Jack 7. I would never jam Ace Jack Ace King, but those beat him. So, it's just one of those where you hope they have a strong range. And... you go for it all and you get there. Is it the optimal way to play? You could run a bunch of calculations on calling frequencies for different bet sizes to try and figure it out. I'm back. But I figure in this spot, if I bet $4 and he calls it 80% of the time, let's say he calls it 75% of the time, the equity is 3, or the value of that bet is $3. And I'm assuming we're never chopping, like he never has Queen 10. If I shove for $40 effective, and he calls even only 10% of the time. Now, if he calls 5% of the time, it's only worth $2. But if I think he can have like some weird 2 pairs, aces up, some percentage of the time, that's why I decided to shove. If anyone's wondering why I just had the nuts and open shipped. Now, of course, you look silly, then like 7, 8, 9 out of 10 times it doesn't work. But when it does work, you realize all that equity very quickly. Like in one hand. So, that's kind of why we just open shipped the river. And we happened to, I was hoping he had made aces up. He actually had kings up the whole way. Bet pretty small on the turn. He didn't raise the flop. He flopped 2 pair. He could have extracted a bunch of value, actually, on the flop. But he calls flop. At least the way I remember it. Let's see. I complete. I lead flop. It's a limped pot. He just calls. Turn. I decide not to barrel, but I'm going to see the river. He bets $1. Way too small. For a lot of reasons. Main one being, what happened, I had a very live draw, and it was just an immediately profitable call. I didn't have to worry about implied odds. It's just very blatantly, I've got 8 outs to the nuts, except the hearts aren't nuts, but 6 outs to the nuts, 12%, 8 outs to the nuts, 16%, if I don't think he has a flush, which would have to be running hearts. So it's essentially an immediately positive EV call. Post. River comes. Here's where things go really bad for him. Jeez, 25% 3-bet, huh? Okay. Things go really bad for him. He decides to call. Can't get rid of that 2 pair in a limped pot. So, big mistake on his part on multiple streets. The other huge issue I have, by the way, with betting small on the turn, is you don't build a pot. Like, he has a really strong hand. He has kings up. The only realistic hand that beats him are pocket 7s that limped pre, king jack that limped pre. Pocket 4s probably wouldn't play it this way. So he essentially has the best hand. The vast majority of the time. He should be looking to build a good pot at that point. Instead, he kind of tries to get min value by betting $1, and we saw what happened. Unfortunately for him. This guy's very tight, so we'll steal very wide. Flop a pair. And c-bet takes it down. This guy's yet to play a hand, so if he raises, we'll let it go. Queen Jack on the button's pretty strong though, so obviously we'll raise it now that's gotten to us. Get through one. This guy's 30 and 30, so he 3-bets 50% of the time that he's gotten the opportunity. All right, we have 2 overs, a gut shot, and the third nut flush draw. We will be betting. I'll take another one down with a c-bet. Looks like we'll be raising again if it's folded to us. 38 and 3, very tight player. Sorry, very tight raising player. Very loose overall player. Love it. Steel wheel ace on the button. Let's go. Probably might even consider a 3-bet here. He opens 13% of his hands, but I've yet to 3-bet him. Let's see how this guy reacts first. I think we'll put in a 3-bet with position. Obviously folding to a 4-bet. Might be slightly too tight of an opening range, especially from early-ish position, to be 3-betting here. So I'm interested to see if he'll go for the 4-bet, the fold, or if he'll just flat out of position. And he does. So if he has ace, king, ace, queen, ace, jack, he's probably not very happy right now. So we are going to c-bet. We have a backdoor nut flush draw, and we have initiative in the hand. Now if he had 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, obviously he's very happy. If he had aces, kings, queens, jacks, he's still pretty happy. Might be barreling. Obviously, 7s, 8s, 10s are very happy right now. Queen 10 flops top pair. Interesting. Well, 10s and 7s no good unless he had 6s, 5s, or 4s. He had jacks, so probably wasn't going to get him to lay it down. Now, river shove would have been interesting. But I didn't do it. No guts. No cojones. And the way that hand played out, it seems like a very legitimate way to play jacks. You could also see him folding jacks there to 2 barrels. Like, he can't really beat anything anymore except ace, king, ace, queen, or some random spaz. Maybe he thinks I have 3-bet light or I'm aggressive. I'm playing 22-19. That 3-bet percentage is kind of high. I don't know if all those thoughts went through his head or if it was more like, I've got jacks. I call. It's good to know, though. We should have a pretty bad image after that one. that is 30 minutes for the video. So I'm going to keep playing this session, but I am going to take a 2-minute break and then fire up the next video. So let's go. Sit out next hand, sit out next hand, sit out next hand, sit out next hand. Will I be able to extract $25 of value from that advertising on a hand? That remains to be seen. Come on, hurry up. I want to take a break. Pair of threes. All right, I bet $1. All right, we'll be back.